It had been 3 years since Michigan lost a regular season game, and that was to Michigan State in three Big Ten championships and a natty later. Michigan goes down. Of course, they lost those 13 NFL draft selections, including a top 10 starting quarterback. A lot of people thought that might catch up to them, and it certainly did against Texas, losing by 3 scores at home. Michigan looks to bounce back against Arkansas State. We got Steve Merrill on the line from wagertalk.com. Please join Steve right there on a daily basis. Steve, Michigan looking to bounce back. 23-point favorite against Arkansas State.
Yeah, so neither team has covered this season. In fact, Arkansas State's 0-4 against the spread their last 4 games going back to last November. Even though they're 2-0 straight up this year, they were 9 and 10-point favorites, only won by 4 and 3. So lackluster start by Arkansas State. I do think at some point we're going to start getting some value with Michigan. As you mentioned, all those NFL losses, basically an entire starting unit lost to the NFL, which is just insane. But they also have some pretty good talent coming in year after year, even with the coaching change. This is still one of the deeper teams, I think. Not maybe deeper is not the term, but still one of the more talented teams. And it might take a little bit while, maybe a few weeks, but this is one of those games that could be a breakout game for them. I know you worry about the lingering effects of that loss to Texas, but they were a home underdog. Michigan's season win total is projecting 3 to 4 losses this year. So I think if they're being realistic, they know they're going to lose some games this year. They're probably not a national title contender. I look at my database simulation, though. Michigan winning by over 30.5 points per game on my 10,000 game simulation. That's almost a full touchdown of line value here with this current line at 23. It's below the key number of 24, below the key number of 28. There is actually some line value with Michigan this week. Now, my concern, and we talked about this on the Iowa team channel, with them as a big favorite against Troy, is the ability to score enough points to cover this. And the offense has looked questionable. They only put up 30 as a 21-point favorite against Fresno. Only scored 12, obviously, last week against Texas. Did not move the ball well in that game. So Michigan's the play here, but you do tread a little bit lightly until you see that offense actually do enough to cover a game by more than 3-4 touchdowns.
Steve's under the radar selection. You should be well aware of it by now. 23-5 against the spread, folks. 2-0 this season. You can catch that right here at the Voice of College Football, and you find out about that right now. College football is even more exciting with some action on the line. And the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Let's start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread. I've got a 40-year track record. In fact, in 2023, at $100 played per game, you would have netted over $9,300. And guess what? I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill, our ace in the hole, show stopper from Wager Talk. 6 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly Under the Radar pick, which went 21-5 against the spread the last 2 seasons. I repeat, 21-5 against the spread. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Steve Dace and Matt Zemek. Become a YouTube channel member or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2024 a winner now.